Hello everyone, and welcome to another game with Blue-Eyed Flash. So let's start. Again, we have a horrible hand, no spell we can play, so we will mulligan this. Apparently not a lot of luck. This is still a horrible hand, but still at least we can, if we manage to draw a creature, maybe we can loot one of the land. I don't know. This is actually a very bad hand, but I don't know what will be the 5 cards hand that can help us. So yeah, I will not mulligan this, I will keep. Okay, this is not what we want to see. We want to see a creature, but at least it's not a land. So yeah, I'll keep it on top. So what we are trying to do is to draw a creature until turn 3. I think we are playing against a control deck. Everyone is playing this land these days, so let's play the copter. So no play for our opponent. Okay, so this is actually pretty cool because Traven Inspector it's a creature to help us crew the smuggler copter, plus we can actually crack the clue. The idea is that do we want to activate our copter in the open mana? I'm pretty sure he can have the harness by lightning. So I will not risk our copter and don't attack. I will just crack the clue and don't attack in open mana. Let him use an anticipate or something. Yeah, so he used the anticipate. The idea is that the copter is the only threat we have, so we want to activate the copter and make him spend mana when we can follow up with a Gideon or another thread, so that he cannot counter our thread. If I activate the copter last turn and he would manage to kill the copter, then it will be very hard for us to make him tap mana on our turn so we can play a thread. So now I will try to dig for a thread before activating the copter. Drawing a land it's not good, but okay, so now we have lots and lots of lands. Still I'm not sure if I should activate the copter or not. Yeah, I really need to do it because I have only land, so let's hope he doesn't have the removal. So yeah, he has the removal. So now we are very behind. I don't think there is anything we can draw to get back in the game. He managed to kill all our threats. We start with a pretty weak hand too, so I don't know if there will be something that we could do. So now I think our opponent can play thing in the eyes or a tower. Okay, tormenting voice. We can actually, I think we are playing again against a burn deck, like a fever vision deck. I see they are pretty popular these days. They match very well against blue white flash. That it's the best deck I think now in standard, so people start playing this deck a lot, I think. Okay, Draven Inspector, it's a good draw. We can actually try to find another threat and still have a creature on the board, but as I told you, we are behind. Okay, so I think our opponent is trying to play Glimmer of Genius at the end of our turn if we don't play anything. So we will try to Spell Queller that and make him spend mana on his turn to kill the Spell Queller. Okay, we will let that resolve. We don't care too much about our Draven Inspector. To be honest, if I think now, okay, we will Queller this, so that if he kills our Queller, he will not get the energy. Plus now we have a threat on the board. And another Draven Inspector. After I will keep the land in my hand. Maybe I draw a Copter so I have something to discard. To be honest, after the bad hand we had at the start of the game, and we are in this situation where we have a threat on the board plus some removal in our hand plus Gideon now, I cannot believe we are in such a good shape now. The game, I will attack only with Spell Queller, because if he has a removal for the token, he can attack with the Wonder Ephemeral, the Gideon, so I don't want that. The idea is that do I attack in do I play the Gideon in a counter spell? Because our opponent didn't play anything, so definitely he doesn't have a removal. But I'm pretty sure he has a counter spell, because we didn't play nothing, so it is justified that the only cards he has can be a counter spell, or he can have only lands in our hand. The idea is that I don't think we can find another good spot to play Gideon, because he can only skip mana for counter plus a removal for our creatures. So I think it's the best place to play Gideon, because if we draw like an Archangel Avacyn or something, we can actually play it if he plays the counter spell now. So let's play the counter spell now, because he doesn't have a counter spell in the graveyard, so we are not afraid of Torrential Gearhook. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay, he doesn't have the counter, so we will make an ally and play the Port Town. I think it was a little mistake by me playing the Port Town after the Gideon, because he can have Revolutionary Rebuff to counter the Gideon, so the best play will be for me to play the land first. Okay, so he found the removal for Spell Queller. Not a very big. Okay, this is strange. I think our opponent missed click and didn't cast the Dino Tower. You know, this is a very buggy thing by MTGO, I think, because it asks you if you want to cast the spell, and if you hurry and click OK very fast, it will put the card in the exile. It happened to me before, so I know. So now what we really need to do? Do we make another token or attack for 5, 8, putting him down to 7 and having lethal? What I really think is that if we attack for 8, he will try to attack our Gideon, so we can kill it with the Skywhaler shot. If we put a token, we lose 5 damage, but I think we will have lethal next turn. So let's say we attack for 3, it goes down to 12, and then we can attack for 9, 10, so it's not lethal. It's, I think, a best option is to make another token. Even if we put him very close to lethal, I'm pretty sure he can find a way to kill our creature and survive, and then if he finds a removal for the Gideon, we will be behind. So we will try to get some tokens in play before attacking with Gideon. I don't know if it is the best course of action. Let's think a little bit. So we attack for 8. Yeah, let's attack. Maybe he will activate the Wandering Fumerer to block. That will help us a lot, because we can Skywhaler shot that. Or if he doesn't switch the power and toughness, we can use the Declaration in Stone to get rid of the Wandering Fumerer. So we create another token, stone this, play our land. So yeah, this will give the opponent another card, but it will not give the card on our turn because he forgot to add mana before. That was a mistake. He could add 1 mana and then draw the clue. Now he needs to crack the clue on his turn, and then we'll have less mana to play with, and he cannot attack our Gideon, and we can keep the Skywhaler shot for another creature that we want to. Okay, so now we are pretty sure that we can attack with Gideon easily. There is no land to attack back the Gideon. He really needs to play something. A Hulk will not help him because we have the Skywhaler shot. So this is 10 damage. We'll put him to 4, so if he finds a Radiant Flame for all the creatures we have, he still needs a... Okay, so the opponent had lots of removal. That's not a problem. We play the Inspector and crack the clue right away. Okay, we found another removal. I'll try to play my land. So to be honest, after how the game started, I was pretty sure that we were gonna lose. I'm actually amazed we managed to win this. So yeah, let's go to the next game. So we're playing against a Dino Tower, I think blue-red spells. He has only lands, only spells, and he will try to kill everything that we put on the table. So we will try to be a little bit more controlish. So we really need to bring like Void Shatter, Negate. Worst cards in our deck are like Declaration in Stone. Selfless Spirit is actually pretty good now because it protects us for a lot of the removal he has. I will actually remove the Skywhaler shot. He will have creatures like Think in the Ice maybe, so I will try to keep Statisner or Reflector Mage. I think we need to choose between these two. Talia is actually good. So what we are trying to remove, I will definitely remove these two, and I need to make room for these four, so I will still need to remove two cards. I will definitely remove one static snare, one reflector mage, trying to keep the removal a little bit diverse, so we have some creatures that can help us to crew but still have an instant removal for Hulk or something. So we already are better now, but I think we can bring the Jace too. It's a very good card against control, and I think our opponent has hard time dealing with him. So now I need to remove another card. Always watching, it's a good card but not so good against him. Most of the creatures we will die. We will always have one or two creatures. If we have more creatures, we are already winning. So I think always watching, it's not so good in this matchup. Maybe Summary Dismissal will be good, but not sure. I think we already are set. So let's try like this. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I will regret now leaving the Reflector Mage in the deck. If this will be a counter or something, this hand will be much better. We have white, blue, we have 3 lands, we can play some spells. It's not a good hand again, we are not pretty lucky, but it's a keepable hand, so we will keep. As you can see, all the games that I played with blue-white flash had a very bad hand at the start. Okay, so this hand started to be a little bit better, depending of if our opponent has a negate or not. So if our opponent manages to negate our Smuggler Copter, this hand is actually horrible. If he plays a thing in the ice now, I think this hand will be actually good, because we can play Copter and Reflector Mage. Okay, another land. So now we play our land, and we need to think, should we play the Smuggler Copter in a negate or not? The idea is that if we don't play it now, we will not be able to play it next turn too, because I'm not sure if there will be a turn for him to tap out. And if he taps out for a Dino Tower, let's say next turn, and I play the Copter, I will not be able to activate the Copter because he can always kill him. So the best solution will be to play the Copter in the negate now, I think, if he has the negate. And he doesn't, so we are okay now. This hand actually it's a little bit better than the hand we had in the first match, and we managed to win the match. That was very strange. I was surprised, but that's nice about Magic. You can win some of the games that you thought you were gonna lose. To be honest, I'm starting to question this deck. If we manage to win with that hand against this deck, let's hope we can win with this hand too. So he anticipate. Let's see a thing in the eyes. Okay, no, we are not lucky. So we will play the Reflector Mage on an open board. It's not good, but it's the best we have. We will not show the West Vale Abbey. We will play this land, the last one, and we will try to play the white source first. We need to have 2 whites for Gideon and Archangel Avacyn. And if we draw a good card with the Smuggler Copter, we will ditch a land. So yeah, we will play a Reflector Mage. I don't think there is one spell mana to kill the Smuggler Copter. Maybe there is Lightning Axe, but that's a very low percentage, so we will use the Copter. Okay, so we draw another land. We will ditch the island because we can play the Prairie Stream on tap, so it's better than the island, so we will ditch the island. This is what makes this deck consistent, because when you have 25 lands you will gonna draw lots of lands some of the times, so having the copter to loot makes the deck a little bit more consistent. Okay, our opponent didn't draw the fourth land, and this is actually perfect draw for us, because I'm pretty sure he will try to kill the copter with a spell and he will not have negate or counter for Gideon. So to do that we will not play the land, so because if we play the land he will see we have 4 lands, so maybe he will not kill the copter and keep the counter for Gideon, but maybe if he sees we have only 3 lands he thinks that we didn't draw the 4th land, so we can let him make a mistake. So we will activate the copter and maybe he has a spell to kill it. You see, that's even better because he will tap for the Fiery Temper, killing all our board. For the opponent this is a good play. For us, we are not upset because we have Gideon that is actually very good against him. And then we can play Archangel Avacyn and we have a removal for his creature. So yeah, even if the opponent actually had lots of removal and kill everything we had, I think we are still ahead. This is actually a very good card, I like. I think all the control decks should play this. It looks horrible at start, 2 mana draw 1 card, but as the game advances 2 mana draw 2 or draw 3, it's actually pretty good. I think this helped him a lot drawing a card. So yeah, again we can actually play Archangel Avacyn and create a token and play Archangel Avacyn, or we can actually play Reflector Mage, create a token and keep negate for something that he has, or we can attack with Gideon, put him to 12, have no board, and then if he can find another land he can attack Gideon and then we can block with Archangel Avacyn, or maybe he can find a way to kill Gideon. So we have lots of options. I think all of them are pretty okay. Most of the time I like to go for the value, I mean making tokens, make him spend some cards on killing the token. So yeah, I will try to make a token and pass, keep the negate, and Archangel Avacyn, make him spend the kill spell on his turn on Archangel Avacyn, and then attack with Gideon and keep negate up. Okay, I will negate this. I think it's the only card that can kill Gideon. So yeah, it's better to negate this. It will help us a lot. So we'll start putting some damage now. We have some board. We have mana for Archangel Avacyn. And we have a status nerf for the Wandering Fumerer if he wants to activate it. We will play the Avacyn. Not protecting the token. I think he has only 2 cards, so if he will try to kill the Avacyn on his turn, we are okay with that, because we already attacked for a lot of damage,
plus we have the West Vale Abbey. I think the best play would be for me to play the land. I still have this thing to keep one land in my hand in a deck where I play the Copter, so I can always have something to loot when I have all the mana I need for all the spells. So this deck actually functions okay with 5 lands. So yeah, we won the game. I think this was pretty easy. I don't know, maybe the opponent played very badly, but we had horrible hand and we managed to won both games. So yeah, I think blue-red spells, it's not an option if you want to beat blue-white flash. So thank you guys for watching me, and see you next time. Bye bye.